Good evening, YouTube, all you wonderful folks out there. Welcome back to the end times. I am the HeirofCarthage, and I'm going to continue as your narrator on a journey that has just been a whole lot of fun, and I hope you all are enjoying it too. Guess what? The comments will be pretty short this time because Air made a mistake last time, and that's like what almost all of the comments focused about. It's pretty funny. Apparently, I put Fellman on a manticore when he could have been on a dragon. For shame, Air. For shame. Truly is kind of a shame for display. I need to get that back on my soundboard. So, Mr. Ingerson will be put onto a dragon as soon as I can. I can't undo the skill point, but yes, we will put him on a Chaos Dragon. Point well taken. Dumb mistake by Air. I had to read a couple of these, like Cybo says, I yelled out loud, "No!" in front of my screen when I saw you picking the Manticore over the dragon. I'm sure that I triggered lots of people. And then we have someone who is speculating how Besornling is wounded. Folks, we have a comment from Darren Eachofries who speculates how Besornling was wounded. It's a long story. I'm trying to go... I don't want to act like I'm ignoring the comments here, but I want to get to some of the names that people left, and it's a really awesome story that Darren wrote. You guys need to go read it, but it kind of tells the story of why Besornling was wounded. It involves a little bit of bad behavior with the peasant, and it's hilarious. So you guys have to go check out how his story with the damsel played out. It is pretty good. Yeah, other than that, is people mostly just screaming at me because I screwed up and put Fellman on a Manticore. We did have a few people requesting names, though. Someone wanted to name a Hellcannon Longshot. Let me see if I have one that's currently available to be named. I know we don't have one in Kolek's army, and Kolek needs to re-recruit. Well, no, we got Skullex. What am I missing? I thought you all told me that we were missing Skullex here. We got Skullex. I got all my Shaggoths. I think we're just missing a Dragon Ogre here. Because we have Skullex. Yeah, I think we're just missing a Dragon Ogre. But, I mean, rather than put a standard Dragon Ogre back in, I think I'm going to put, like, a Giant back in, and you all can help me name the Giant. Hellcannon. Sigvald's got some Hellcannons. Where is Mr. Siggy McVald? Oh, Siggy! Here he is. Hellcannon, yeah, these can be named. So, Longshot, this is for you, good sir. Thanks for the request. There was another comment here that didn't have any upvotes, but I thought it was a very nice comment. And there's a lot of nice comments here. I'm sorry I can't get to everybody. But it was Michael Arthurton says, I appreciate you so much because you take me away from my army life. When I watch you, I don't think about what I have to deal with. I'm a British soldier. You the man. Much love from Mike. Hey, Mike, you know what? Thanks, man. And thanks for what you do to serve your country. You know, it's a tough job anywhere that someone has to do that. And hopefully you know that you're appreciated by those you serve. And, you know, you always hope you enjoy these videos. So, you know what? Let's, we should name some artillery. Actually, we've got a Chaos Warrior that is rank 9. And we can replace that with some Chosen, and I'm going to take this Chosen here. I'm going to call this Mike's Regiment. Mike, thanks for the kind comment, and let's, while we're thinking about it, we got to trade out this Halberd. And I think Sigvald can't hit a camp, so we'll do it on the next turn. We got to trade out that Halberd and that Warrior. Daniel Boothman wanted me to name one of the chariots the Peasant Plow. That is a pretty appropriate name, I'm not going to lie. Oh, we got the Peasant Plow. We got it, man. We got another quick name request here for one of the Hellcannons to be the Kentucky Elf Friars. We can do that as well. I think it's like that, though, isn't it? Like Friars, I think. All right, so we did have another chariot request that was pretty funny. It was the Farmer Flagellator. I like it. I'm on board. To Sharkentrath, if I said that right, wants me to name one of the Chosen the Black Blades. That's a good name. I like that one. Here we go. Done. All right. If you guys have names, make sure and leave them in the comments. I won't get to all of... Well, I will get to this one. There's another one that... Farming farmers. So I like all the... I can just imagine these chariots having the peasant crushing names, and I enjoy it. Anyway, please suggest your names if you want to in the comments. For those of you, hopefully you've caught all the episodes. If you haven't, there was basically a bunch of comments that decided that Archaon is going to wipe out the Tomb Kings as his next great challenge, while the old world continues to have to be put in its place by Sigvald and others. The Dark Elves and everybody else are going crazy, invading and resettling everywhere. So I turned on a mod called Chaos Gate, and it means that these little gates that appear here whenever I sack a settlement will sometimes spawn these armies, which kind of help control some of the nonsense that goes on behind my lines. So hopefully that catches you all up just a little bit. You can see some of the... Well, that one's actually just like a Chaos Rebel army there. Well, Besornling was back, but he was immediately re-wounded. Oh, the AI. It resorts to the only thing it knows. Ready. Cheating treachery with characters. Let me remind myself who all's wounded. We have a lot of people wounded right now. So the Polisher is wounded for another turn. Besornling just got re-wounded for 4 turns, and Elvis is still wounded. These agents, folks. These agents. One way we can probably get these people to shut up and go away a little is to, you know what? Crush Skull needs another. He needs another kill. Isabella's probably gonna run away, but I do feel like that. Wait, these guys can settle? No. It's just his army camped. It looked like he had settled something, and I was like, what? It's like, how does Chaos settle something? I was like, I don't remember turning on that mod. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Air's just a little old and confused sometimes, folks. Just a little bit old and confused. Let's see. We got Vardek Krom over here. Let's remind myself what I was doing with him. Missing 2 units in his army. I have my knights. I have my chosen. Got a giant. What else did I have in this army? Honestly, don't recall. Giant dragon ogres. Did I have chariots? I think I had chariots in this army. Yeah, because we were fighting Britannia, and I think I had probably lost some chariots along the way. I don't think I can recruit Gorbeast chariots right now, though. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, yeah, so I built the demonic forge here, so we'd be able to put some chariots. I do think we were missing some chariots back in his army, if I remember it right. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, Archaon needs to continue moving towards the Tomb Kangs. And we're just going to have to eat some attrition at some point to cross the sea. So that's going to be what it is. Kolek Skunk Eater, Sun Eater. I'm just kidding, Kolek. You know I love. You know I love you. Let's put him in a camp, though, because he needs to do some replenishment, and I need to get a unit back in his army. He doesn't have full unit count. A standard Dragon Ogre just is not that exciting. I think we should put a giant in his army. Be a little bit slower than some of the other units, but it gives us a little more anti-infantry power, and just giants are great at smashing, putting tons of damage down on heroes and stuff. So we've also got Felman up in the mountains, who needs his dragon mount because Air cheated him of his opportunity. I'm gonna actually move him up and let him camp, replenish, and let's see, we're not missing any units from Felman's army. Probably wouldn't hurt to be able to have a giant camp with him too. And let's see what else we got going on here. Prince Sigvald. Maybe Siggy could go get some revenge on Isabella's army because of the way that her agents are assaulting his agents. He wants his polisher back. His underwear needs some serious polishing, and he's not happy about it. So we better take care of it for him. We also need to try and assassinate a Norscan character as part of Sigvald's quest for Sliverslash. I always want to say Silverslash, but I believe it is Sliverslash. We gotta watch out, because heavy cavalry army would be a mess. We had to deal with one of those already with Patchy. But let's make sure that we raise these settlements down so that we can get those gates of chaos stood up and potentially be spawning some more chaos armies around here. Let's see. Yeah, Napa is within striking distance, honestly. Or hang on. Let's make sure we understand our mission here first. So, quest, Sliverslash. Carry out a successful assassination attempt for any character belonging to Norska. I don't know that Throg's going to be the easiest character to get a hold of, to be honest. But I don't see any other Norscan characters readily available. I mean, I could go after one of the Besornling characters. Let's see what our chances are. Those guys are out to sea, so I can't do anything there. Positive outcome, 50-50. Does this make war? I don't think it makes a war, does it? Here. I'm gonna save it, because I had to get these guys resubjugated, and I don't want to do it a third time. Oh, I did an assault unit. My bad. My bad. Clicked the wrong one. It's okay. Just get his chances of assassinating a little better. Jeez, we have even more moves here. So, Patchy the Eversalt. Get his upgrades. He's going to need a dragon too, but he's not quite high enough level. He's got to hit level 22 for a dragon. And let's go with life leeching. Help speed up his recharge rate. Oh, the Polisher is back. Where'd they put the Polisher at? Here he is. So we can immediately get him into the stack. Where did Isabella run off to? I don't know where she took off to. She's honestly a bit of a waste of time right now. It looks like the Dark Elves are settling into Bretonnia even more. Look at this! Now I got Wood Elves settling into everything I've destroyed. I mean, you just can't eradicate the old world fast enough. I need to get the chariots back into this army so we have a full stack. We're gonna need all the extra strength we can get.
I foresee destruction.
Let's get Patchy and Sigvald back together. Let's go ahead and redestroy this. Again, I want as many chaos gates around as possible here. Hang on, what did we get there? Enchanted item, potion of toughness. Ooh.
We shall weave the fates.
Details. We got a potion of foolhardiness, which sucks. I'd rather have the potion of toughness, which is healing. So we'll take that. Got an armor for this folk? Probably have the Helm of Many Eyes. Let's get Helm of Discord. Really like the Helm of Discord. Oh, you know, man, we got Patchy the Eversalt. So he's got the ward save. Weapon strength. Tormentor sword would be kind of a good one. Okay, there we go. So I got some better equipment on the Eversalt. Put some physical resistance there with the Dawnstone. Got another potion of toughness. I want to give that to some of my lords. Crown of Command, Feather Foe Torque, Potion of Strength, Potion of Foolhardiness. Probably Potion of Strength would be okay. Sigvald. Do we have anything better than this Relic Sword for him? Yeah, we do. Let's give him that right there. Ward save on the Polisher. He's got his Tormented Sword. Let's put that on him too, because we want the Polisher to be particularly tough in combat. Oh, man. Archaon is so stacked. We don't have an enchanted item on Appius, huh? Appius could definitely use the Potion of Toughness. I am constantly getting him killed, but I can't put it on because he's got too many abilities. Wand of Jet. We can't have more than 3 bound abilities. Let's swap out the Hellfire Sword for this Sword of Strife, and then we should be able to put the Potion of Toughness on Appius. Sextus still hasn't received any armor, so let's give him this Armor of Fortune. That one's a great one for him. He's already got a Potion of Toughness. Pigeon Plucker Pendant is pretty craptacular, but we'll let him keep it for now. Nothing else we can put on him there. Felman, he's got himself a Helm of Discord. He's got a nice Talisman, a Potion of Toughness. We'll get him on his dragon soon, folks. That Wailing Banner could be useful. And then Cocoa Pox. Helm of Many Eyes would be good. Hellfire Sword. Pendant of Slaanesh will work. Not really a good thing there with the Pigeon Plucker Pendant, but it's gonna have to work. Okay. And then Nappa, we'll just get him set up with some armor. Can we not put that Gambler's armor back here on... Oh, Sextus already has it. Yeah, never mind. Silvered Steel. Let's get that Gambler's armor. Hand weapon, no talisman. I'll just put this Trickster Shard there for now. Okay. So we got equipment on our folks, which will work. Archaon is suffering some massive high seas attrition, so we need to get him across the ocean with all haste, because he's going to be suffering. He got a little bit better there in terms of attrition moving over. Once we get up closer to the coast, we can probably find a place to be able to do some healing again. And as far as what we do with Sigvald, really no need to move this turn. I wonder if there's anything that needs to be built. Really, the only other thing that I would even care to build here would either be the Giant's Camp or the Dragon Ogre Gathering. And we can probably do both, because he has so much growth. And then Nappa has a movement point here. Let's see. This is just a very low-level Balefiend. This might be enough to trigger the outcome we need for Sigvald's quest. There we go. Now I'm going to leave Norska alone and stop making them hate me with the assassination attempts. Let's finish researching everything that can be researched. And then as for Nappa, let's just continue to buff up his campaign map abilities. That's obviously what we used him for. Finish up Aspect of Dread Knight with Patchy. And then Felman has a skill, so we can give him his Chaos Dragon. So there you go, folks. Felman has his dragon. And the Kentucky Friar can, he can get a Manticore soon. But not yet. Let's do Kindle Flame. Makes weakness to fire damage is a nice combination. Well, Melissa Rotep strikes again. She wounds everybody non-stop. We can now pass that up. We just need to have a character at the Sornling's camp, and that is going to have to be Nappa because he is the closest. We obviously can't have both these chariots here. I say we just grab another Shaggoth, to be honest. I'll keep the chariot for now. Keep it for now. One chariot isn't a bad thing. This vampire agent is ticking me off, but like all of my best folks for assassinating her aren't around because so many people are injured. So Kentucky Friar out, Bersornling out. Ugh. I can't remember what army Bersornling was in. He's in Sigvald's army, right? Yeah, he's in Sigvald's army, and then Kentucky Friar is in Patchy's army. So the Dark Elves settled up Castle Baston. Boy, they are just going to settle up everywhere they can go. Pretty annoying that Bretonnia was able to get behind me and resettle all this trash too. Let's clean them up. I'm going to take 2 armies through. We're going to clean these guys up with all haste.
Forward unto slaughter.
And I'm going to use Vardek to do a little house cleaning here and put Vlad and Isabella in their place too. That's where Isabella ran off to. She somehow stayed hidden. These Wood Elves are getting a little too bold for my liking, so we might have to burn the Oak of Ages. But let's stay focused. Get Bretonnia off the map, then we'll pick the next faction. The Dark Elves are spreading chaos for me, so they are useful tools at the moment, and that's the reason why, like, some people want me to betray them, but I mean, if anything, they're useful for me because they fight the same wars that I do. They spread chaos corruption and give me a way to keep all these other factions from being able to do the resettling. But the Chaos Gate should help. I just wish we would have turned it on sooner. Wow. Someone's a spammer. Look at Vlad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terrorgheist. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, listen to it. He's the vampire counting as terrorgheist. Are you kidding me? Anyway, Vladdy and his girl want a piece of Vardek, and I think Vardek can take him. Let's do it. Alright, folks. Vladdy Daddy and Isabella to take on Vardek, Crom, and his chronicler, who is near his side right now, no doubt chronicling the occasion to the annoyance of Vardek. And then we've got our blind swordsman up here in the air, flying on a manticore. I guess the manticore is like his seeing eye pet. So I've got my troops condensed pretty heavily, and I'm keeping my flyers back because we are up against 8 terrorgheist. A little bit of spam here from the Carsteins, but I mean, do we expect anything different from the vampires than flying thug squads and, you know, Death Star type tactics? No, we don't. So this is right up the vampire's alley. Now, many of you all remember that we anointed this dragon ogre to be Kevin, and Kevin is going to do something very, very brave for our army. Kevin is going to play the role of bait today, terrorgheist bait, that is, and he's got some interest. Now, Kevin is smart bait. He's not throwaway bait like Air has a lot of times. We don't intend for Kevin to die alone. He would be quite outmatched by several terrorgheist, but he does manage to draw in some of their attacks here, and he gets one of the terrorgheist to overcommit themselves along with Isabella. A little bit overcommitted here herself. So as the terrorgheist comes in, Kevin now gets to become the prey turned hunter. He's got his knights with lances to help, and we're going to start to put an end to these terrorgheist. Isabella thinks she's a little better than she really is here. I really shouldn't be fighting her in the air, though, because she can get reinforcements, but I was thinking we could do a quick knockout, but there is no such thing as a quick knockout on Isabella von Carstein. She can heal absolutely absurdly fast, and that's exactly what she's doing. She just out-healed everything we threw at her, and now this terrorgheist starts to beat us up. The AI is insanely slippery. They can pull out of any fight, even though this thing was surrounded by cavalry, and it's very difficult to do. They managed to pull out and pull this fight a little further away. Terrorgheist are bombing me with breath attacks, which is going to hurt. And we are absolutely swamped with terrorgheist right now, folks. There's only like one, I think, that was held back in reserve. So we're fighting off Isabella and I believe 7 terrorgheist right now. I do have some chosen with halberds. They'll do good if they can get close enough. I've been trying to pin the terrorgheist on the ground with cavalry, but the AI is able to plow through anything I put in their way. You can see here even pulling through my cavalry. Not without taking damage, fortunately. So they are taking severe damage. There was a unit of Black Knights out here that got obliterated, and then that lured this terrorgheist to the ground. And now Kevin and his knights will be able to turn their attention. And you can see a dead terrorgheist there. There's another one coming in, another one coming in. I guess a terrorgheist is always dead. Vampire cavalry swinging around. The Chaos Giant here, which we haven't named yet, by the way. That Chaos Giant needs a name. And then I've got Terhilius back here helping to... he's been using his magical abilities to nerf the Terrorgeist as best we can. And Isabella has been absurdly survivable. And the Giant is now really hitting her hard, but even she has been able to pull out against odds, because I almost think that the Giant here was able to push her out of the cavalry. And then she's going to get some reinforcements here from the Terrorgeist, but Isabella is in bad shape. Look at this, 3 Terrorgeist out here taking turns cycle charging the flank, and they've got Cairn Wraiths coming in to support. We're going to double back and just continue to goon up on these Terrorgeist and try and take them out one by one, but like I said, the AI is going to cycle charge multiple times before I'm able to drop them. Isabella also manages to get away alive, miraculously. Not really sure how that worked, but it worked. It's probably because she's healing at absolutely absurd rates, but now she's done healing. Look at this. She has got so many healing abilities right now, it's insane. She is such a survivable lord. Anyway, now all the Terrorgeist are down here. I'm going to use a bombardment so we can soften up some of this placeholder infantry that the vampires are using. This is a lot of Terrorgeist, folks, and the stats on these units really aren't bad. Really isn't bad. And honestly, that's just all it's going to be. It's going to be a slugfest. Every time the Terrorgeist land, I have to reallocate troops. There are some Brave Guard. The vampire infantry and their monsters are going to be hard-pressed to do any significant damage to my infantry. They just aren't built for it. You see here, they're Cairn Wraiths getting absolutely owned. And then Isabella decides to come down here, of all places. And she immediately gets KO'd by the Brain. So the Brain took a shot straight to Isabella, took her out. Vladdy Daddy is, I believe, now in the fight over here, and he's going to be as untouchable as Isabella was because of his healing. I've got the Giant and some other units over there trying to do damage to him, because I know if I can kill Vlad, then the battle's over. But it's just not going to happen. The AI has a ton of infantry over here in a nice blob. I'm going to have Terhilius help us take advantage of that momentarily. But this fight is slogging on, and I'm taking a lot of damage. Elvis has been pretty well hurt in this fight. He's in bad shape. He is routing out right here, being chased by a Terrorgeist. This isn't good, and of course the Terrorgeist can just pull through. And then Vardek was pushed out of the fight as well. I think Vlad got a hold of him, because nothing else in that fight would really do much. So Vlad pushed Vardek out of the fight, at least momentarily, and the Terrorgeist are continually able to cycle charge, so without being able to take them off the battlefield quickly, it makes the fight drag on. It was a perfect opportunity for a Pit of Shades here on this unarmored blob of infantry. So we're going to cause quite a few casualties there. It's a lot of zombies, but still, we'll take it. The Terrorgeist still dive bombing. Got Pinky and the Brain in here. They're rampaging. And my Giant is trying hard to do damage to Vlad. Vlad is surrounded by Chosen, being hit in the face by a Giant, and was fighting Vardek earlier. And check out his health. He has not even taken a slight dent in his health. And every time he does, he just like immediately heals it. So we are not going to be able to kill Vlad anytime in the next 30 minutes by directly assaulting him. So it's at this point where I decide that I need to just start focusing the Terrorgeist. If we can kill enough of them, the balance bar will tilt. So I pulled some cavalry out of the fight to help Terhilius. Stories, I guess, will be written about the day that Terhilius slew so many Terrorgeists and wilted them with his magic, withered away their armor, and enfeebled them, and was bashed over as the AI is going to cycle charge. I decided to bring Elvis down, though, to keep this guy from cycle charging. I'd had enough of that bull. He can run away from the cavalry somehow. He's faster than cavalry-wise on the ground, even though it doesn't make any sense. His speed is faster. The cavalry is only 73, the Terrorgeist is 90, and I guess even with the penalty on the ground, the Terrorgeist is faster on the ground, which That still doesn't make sense to me. I do believe people said that flying units do have their speed nerfed on the ground, but I feel like their speed is still too high on the ground. Leads to a lot of shenanigans. One of the terrorgheist crumbled there after pulling out of the fight, so cycle charge that, and that leaves just Vlad, as we were able to crumble everything else. Vlad's gonna summon him up some meat shield. It won't work. Kevin is not fond of the vampire meat shields around here. Vlad finds himself in a very, very bad place. And ultimately he is barfed on by a giant and disintegrates. Wow, that was actually quite a battle. I expected 8 terrorgheist to present some difficulty, but figured we would handle it a little easier than that went down. I was hoping we could kind of split those terrorgheist up, but I always forget that the AI is like a slimy snake. And I know snakes aren't really slimy, but just imagine you have a snake covered in slime, and you're trying to hold on to it. That's like trying to keep their flying and cavalry units engaged. The AI just like forcefully withdraws and make sure that those units get lots of cycle charges. I'm not really sure why their army got to retreat, because they went through crumbling. That kind of seems like cheating. Ha! Check it out, the Sword of Cain's gonna hurt our public order, boys. I guess that doesn't matter. It does cost us more upkeep, and we're gonna have bad diplomatic relations, but I could care less. That is our sword, and we are keeping it. The Sword of Cain is now thriving, which means it's going to be even stronger. Archaon is unbreakable. Woo, Tomb Kings beware. So we defeated Vlad, which takes away recovery time. That's actually pretty nice. Hang on, what was the traits? We defeated, defeated Isabella. He has the passive ability to regenerate now. Oh, that's crazy. Vardek can now regenerate. That is going to be absolutely amazing. Alright, let's get rid of these Bretonnia leftovers. It's like eating the same food over and over again, and you just don't want it anymore. And the food tastes like peasants.
I foresee destruction.
Wipe them out.
Be gone, peasants. At least deserve a little bit of loot here. Defeated the Enchantress, casualty replenishment rate boost. That is actually really nice to have. Alright, Sigvald's hit level 30. He is going to need to fight for Sliverslash. We've got to move a character into Besornling's camp first. Let's finish up all of our magic points. So Vardek, man, he's proved himself in battle. But like, tell me how this happens. These units crumbled on the battlefield. Crumbled and were killed. How do they regroup? CA, please.
Yes, it is so.
Crumble doesn't mean crumble, apparently. Alright, auto-resolve was going to cheat me, but that works.
Let's be about this.
Took out yet another von Carstein in combat. Let's replenish our troops. Get ready to get back on the road. And let's see who else we got. Archaon is going to draw closer to the coast and be able to replenish. Look at this, Bretonnia confederated, and so their scum is spread all down the coast. I'm not going to waste Archaon's time with peasants, though. We're going to sail north and around and head towards Kimry. I don't know how the Tomb Kings have tolerated the presence of these questing knights in their lands, but apparently they did. Vardek Crumb could go on the Manticore, but we are going to wait for the dragon. These characters definitely need a dragon at this point. So let's end the turn. Alright, Besornling is finally ready for duty. Hopefully he can stay in duty here. Got Terhilius. Why did I put Besornling way over here? Did he die over there? I don't remember him dying over there. Or being injured over there, I should say. Sornling doesn't die. He can only be wounded. Looks like the elves did my work for me over here with Bretonnia, and that is much welcome. I think that we need to finish Bretonnia, and then I'm going to have to put the Wood Elves in their place. But Bretonnia has a couple of more settlements over here that need to be dealt with, like Tabaro and Castle Carcassonne. So I'm going to hit a high-pace march and move our units back towards where they need to be. Oh, Patchy needs his Kentucky Friar, that's for sure. And Vardek will finally be completely healed. Let's see, Terhilius, Occam's Mind Razor, Enfeebling Foe. Let's do that, and then let's get the Withering upgraded next. And I know we need to finish off the Skaven filth here.
Yes, it is so.
I don't know how these got knocked off, so let's see. Melee defense, leadership, cause fear and terror. Maybe kind of cool for the Chosen to cause fear and terror. And then a leadership buff. Probably the Trolls makes the most difference. Then we'll give Felman the melee defense. Alright, so we destroyed another settlement for Clan Molder. Let's see if they've been busy resettling. They've only got one settlement left.
Time.
And so we destroyed these. If I had to take a guess, it's going to be Nashrak's Lair. So Nashrak's Lair likely the last stand. So Coco Pox has earned his Manticore. Or wait a minute, wait. Immortality's 20, so we can't get it yet. Okay, alright. Coco Pox earns his Manticore. And Kolek can leave the mountains now. No point for him to stay. He's headed towards the camp, so Kolek's going to head south. His chosen duty is going to be to rid the mountains of dwarves to show that he is the true king under the mountain. Alright, Archaon is nearing Khemri. Alright, we're going to take Felman and beeline for Nashrak's Lair. I really want those rats dead. Like, with a fiery passion, I want the rats dead. How long is Jorhul going to be missing? Oh, Jorhul's back. We need, all we need is Sigvald back in the same army so that we can fight his battle. I want the Sornling back in the army for the battle. He has to be there.
I veto this.
You veto it? I didn't say you could veto it. What do you think this is? A democracy, Sigvald? Alright, Vardek Krum, his army. Elvis is back. He's ready to get back to work. Let's see here. Hard to hit. Let's do Devastating Charge so we can open up Foe Seeker and the like. Sextus, the Exalted Hero. Let's see, Indomitable, Deadly Blade. I don't think Deadly Blade's gonna hurt. Virus. Alright, so we've caught sight of King Hapros of Khemri. So the deserts are within sight. Kolek is beelining south. There are armies of chaos spawned all throughout the old world. This is good. Keep the hapless mortals at bay. I'm just gonna move as quick as I can with Kolek. So he is on the march. I'm gonna just blow through a turn-in and then fight the battle for Sliverslash. Folks, I actually had a crash the first time I tried to load this. Don't know what happened, but here we are. I guess Sliverslash was trying to stay with its owner, the Charmer, but we know we're not going to let that happen.
Sickly, sinful spectacles stand, shuffle, shamble, and saunter shamelessly in mine scandalized sight.
Say that 3 times fast.
Solution. Surely such sedition should sour and succumb to Sigvald, the salacious, scandalous, and sensational servant of Slaanesh, son of Succubi, scion of sordid acts and slayer of squalid serfs.
He also likes the letter S.
See how I stroll, stride, swagger, and swirl, spin, slash, and stab at stupid, senseless scum. Soon they shall swoon, shall seek solace and death from sundry torments, wrought on them by my strategic, severing, scintillating shower of shimmering strikes! Send for the sword! Summon Sliverslash!
Wow. Just wow. Alright. Now that the thesaurus around the S is completely worn out, thanks to Sigvald's overuse of it, he's ready to begin the battle, doing all of the spinning, swirling, and slashing that he mentioned. We've got our triple hell cannon battery here for Sigvald, and it's going to be opening fire on the enemy army, and that sorcerer will give up his sword. Sliverslash will belong... he's not a character, he's an exalt. He's just a lord on a manticore. Yeah, my bad. I called him a charmer, so I guess I figured he would be the sorcerer. It's going to be the enemy hell cannons. Look at the exchange of hell cannonry here. This army of Forsaken does look pretty cool, but I think we all know that that's not necessarily going to go well. Here comes Jorhul and Besornling. They're going to be retrieving the sword for their master, who chooses not to fly because it's just not his style. There's Sigvald's mirror guard being gored by some disgusting creatures. He no doubt disapproves. Those same disgusting creatures are far too close in proximity to the beautiful, beautiful person that Sigvald is. He's gonna no doubt slay these grotesque beasts for being so disgusting. Sigvald's awesome. So fighting off these Forsaken will not be terribly challenging. Jorhul and Besornling came down to the ground and were able to chase out the enemy lord, and as he flees, I'm gonna send one of them chasing so that we can get rid of him. There are now reinforcements starting to enter the battlefield. I've kept my warriors with halberds to protect my hell cannon batteries. And then the enemy hell cannon batteries are about to be attacked by one of my knights with lances. Jorhul is in pursuit of the charmer. He's about to get polished. Oh, actually I think it's Besornling that came in and kill-stole that at the last moment. So the charmer is down, and his reinforcements have arrived on the battlefield. There's a whole pack of warhounds headed this way. And then my Chaos Warriors are forming up a defensive barrier in front of the cannons. It will not be touched by these disgusting land crabs. You would think land crabs that I'd be fighting the vampires here. Wow, that Chaos Warrior standing up front got owned. Shame for display. Yeah, these hounds are hopelessly outmatched by all of my heavy cavalry and infantry. And they will be slaughtered, sent back to the kennels of corn. So you can see here that, watch this too, I've got my hell cannon batteries firing point blank into the Forsaken here. I'm trying to get rid of their leadership as quickly as possible. Flee for your pathetic, disgusting lives, creatures. Yes! So the enemy Forsaken are breaking, and there's not going to be much of them left. Sigvald himself is over here slashing his way through the Forsaken, about to be able to claim his prize. He sends the last of his disgusting enemies packing, coming out of the whole thing unscathed, not even dirty. Look at that. Jorhul knows how to wash a cape. And those elven Tide Pods that they obtained in Oath 1 keep him sparkling clean. So Sigvald now obtains Sliverslash. Alright, Sigvald is successful. He obtains Sliverslash. We've had a good episode. Archaon is now in a position to attack the Tomb King, so be sure that you do not miss the next episode, as Archaon is going to invade Kimri with the Sword of Cain now thriving. And Kolek is on his way to smash the Stunties. Felman is about to extinct the rats. We might be able to do that right now, actually, just before we end. Perhaps putting the rat extinction up front. Sliverslash will make it'll make Sigvald stronger, give him magical attacks, but it's not going to be anything too insane, honestly, for a legendary weapon. It is pretty disappointing. I would love to see it updated by Creative Assembly. Nashrak Slayer should be the end. Assuming they don't have stacks off, some of which they probably do. Enemy killed in battle. Oh, yes! It's the end of the rats, folks. There you go. Felman delivers the final end of Clan Moulder in the mountains. So many Skaven slain. Anyway, I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you for all the views, the likes, the comments, the participation. Make sure and come back for the next episode. It's going to be great. And if you want to help me out, show it to your friends, show it to your family. Let's get all kinds of people involved with this. Let's make it huge. Let's make the end times crazy. Crazy fun. Anyway, join me next time. Hope to see you there. HeirofCarthage signing out.